All right, everyone, welcome to our Plexus in 30. I'm so excited that you all joined us tonight. We are switching to Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central, and we're just happy that you all got on here. We come and do this every week and just like to share some Plexus testimonies and then tell you just very briefly about Plexus so you can get a little idea of what it is. So we are going to start with, first I should do my disclaimer. Plexus is not meant to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. This is purely informational and ran by independent ambassadors, not by Plexus Worldwide itself. My name's Ashley Thompson. I am a brand new senior Ruby ambassador. Woo, woo. And we're just going to go ahead and get started with one of our friends, Pat Andrade. And Pat, I'll let you just take it away and tell us your Plexus story.
Great. Thank you so much, Ashley. I really appreciate it. I feel very honored and blessed just to be able to share my story. And my story is more of the financial, but I will talk a little bit about my health. I always was pretty healthy, but as a young teen, I had migraines. And I had severe migraines, probably 3 or 4 a week, that would last 1 to 2 days. So it was always like a continuous migraine. It just was the severity of the migraines, which in turn, I didn't sleep. So you got the no sleeping. And this started when I was about 17 and just continued through my life. And I had about 5 or 6 years where I didn't have migraines per se. I always had headaches, and then found out I had cluster headaches as well. And so no sleep and headaches all the time, and 2 little kids. I had my oldest child at 17, just before I turned 18. So 2 little kids between 17 and 20 did not help a lot. But I was healthy. I worked out, I ran, I ate well. I did what I could do with the headaches and the no sleep. So I was pretty healthy until I got about 40. And then all of a sudden I reached 40, and that year was just like the worst year of my life for health. And everything started going down. I started gaining weight, couldn't get it off no matter how much I exercised and ate. The migraines were still there. 4 hours of sleep at night was the most that I got. And I work full time, usually 40, 60 hours a week. And then when I became 41, my husband and I adopted 2 girls, twins. So they were 6 months old when we got them. And it was just a real difficult time for my health. So going up to about 2 years ago, actually April was my 2-year anniversary. I'm a Ruby ambassador. This month I will be a senior Ruby. It was like this close, it was a hair. So I know this month I'll make it to senior Ruby. I'm so thankful for Plexus because, like I said, even though my health was not the best, when I came 40, I gained weight, high blood pressure, cholesterol came into effect, and I found out that I had low thyroid. And then Plexus came, and like I said, although I needed the health, I needed the money more. We went from 2 incomes, very good paying incomes. So we live comfortably, could, get what we pretty much wanted to. And then we went down to 1 income, and we thought, that's okay, we can make it. We'll just downsize everything. And we did, except for our home. I just did not want to leave where we live. I didn't want to leave where we live because my 2 girls didn't want them to have to go to a new school, just didn't want all that. So I said, I'm going to do whatever it takes to stay in this home. I didn't know how I was going to do that. Sleepless nights of not knowing what I needed to do to continue to be able to stay in this home with my girls. So I prayed every night, God, please find something. I don't want to leave the home because then that means more hours away from my girls. Needless to say, my husband's not in the picture for the most part. And so I prayed to God every single night that he would find something for me. And I did network marketing. I've done 4 other network marketing companies with no success at all. still paying on a credit card for one of them. And then my friend, who is Emerald Ambassador Sarah McCarty, just said, I think I have something that you're looking for. I think I have what you need. And I just was like, okay, whatever. She introduced me to Plexus, to the products. And I said, I've done this before. I don't really want to sell. I, never made anything. But if you'll buy me a packet of Slim, I'll try it for a bit. I said, but I'm not going on any website. I'm not buying anything, because I always get drug into this kind of thing. It's like, oh, okay, fine, I'll buy it. And I just didn't want to do that anymore because of the failures that I had with the other, network marketing companies. So she did buy it for me, and I didn't gain it or lose any weight for the first 5.5 weeks. But what I did gain the first week, and on my second day, was energy galore. For me, I was like, oh my goodness, I am up till 10, 11 o'clock and I feel great. And I even though I was up those hours, I was always tired. So I went to sleep knowing that I was going to wake up within an hour, and I slept that second day for 5 hours straight. And that was a big thing for me. I woke up the next morning and I felt energized, and I thought, oh yeah, whatever. This is just kind of that thing in your head, it doesn't really work. It's just this, placebo thing, whatever. So, but I continued to take it because I told her I would for 60 days, and then when I realized what it was doing for me, I was able to sleep and I had the energy and the cravings. Within 3 days, my cravings started going away. I thought, wow, well, I couldn't really afford it because I was using, I just paid her to buy me the product. So I really, really prayed about it. And I told God, if you want me to do this, you really need to open that door, knock me in the head, throw something at me. You need to tell me. I have to be absolutely sure this is where you want me to go, or I just cannot do it. And he answered my prayer. He said, yes, you go for it. I mean, it was clear as day to me. And so I have been with Plexus for 2 years. I have worked, it's not easy. You have your ups and downs, and you have family, and you have friends, and you have kids. But I made a commitment back on April 26th, 2000 and where are we at here? 13. And I made a commitment, and I said, you know what, this company, when I looked at the comp plan and the products alone, when I realized what it was doing for me and I saw other testimonies, I said, you know what, God, you said yes, because this is something people can use. This is something people need. Our country, we have obesity, and we have, sugar diabetes, and people have so many autoimmune diseases, and, just people not feeling good. And so I just gave it my all. So I have a little what if that I really like to kind of go, it tells my financial part of it. So I'll read it really quick, but I do want to do the disclaimer that Plexus makes no guarantees or projections of income. As such, representations may be misleading. Your success depends on your effort, commitment, skill, and leadership abilities, and how effectively you exercise those qualities. And I like to do a what if because I get really emotional about this, because God has blessed me and my family more than my dreams, more than my prayers ever even thought I could go with Plexus. And so I do get really emotional about this. So what if you had to downsize everything and still couldn't make ends meet and had to juggle bills every month, and the financial stress gave you even more sleepless nights, no energy, anxiousness, feeling the blues, and so much more? And what if most things your twins asked for, you had to say no? No, you can't, we can't afford it. No, you can't go there. No, I can't buy this. What if you couldn't afford to buy new clothes or shoes for your girls for 3 years? You couldn't take them to go get haircuts. You did it on your own. And what if each month you prayed to God for your finances to get better? And he answered those. And what if one day you were able to take your girls to get a haircut at a salon? That was like the best day ever. They were so excited. I was so excited. It was just the best day ever. And we got to go and buy them their first new outfit that I could buy. You know, family and friends, God bless them. I thank them for them because they got us through 3 years before Plexus came along. And so, wow. Whew, sorry. And what if each month you get a pay raise from Plexus? And what if you are so blessed that now I can help people? You know, I am able to help people that financially need the help, people that can't go buy their children clothes, like brand new clothes for school. I can do that now. And I feel blessed to do that. And I am honored when somebody allows me to do that for them because I have not been able to do that 3 years prior to Plexus. Our church paid for my girls to go to summer camp. They paid for them to go to winter camp because I just did not have the money. You know, it was like every month I was, okay, I'll pay this month, but the next month I was down on this bill. And so I am so blessed. God is so good. And I totally believe in my heart that God is a part of Plexus, that he brought Plexus to the United States to help people get healthy, to help people find financial freedom. I am able, my projections and my prayer, and if God willing, I will be able to retire next year in August. I have worked for San Bernardino County Schools in their IT department for 25 years. So next year will be 26 years. And I wasn't going to be able to retire for another 5 to 6 years. If I am, God willing, and I really believe it in my heart that that's his plan, then I will be able to retire 4 to 5 years earlier than I anticipated. My girls are going into 9th grade, so mommy gets to be home with them, and that's what my desire is to be home. When I have 2 older kids, a 38-year-old and a 36-year-old, and I wasn't able to be home with them. I had to work all the time, and I've had to work with these girls, you know, the whole time. So if I get to be home when they go to prom, and I get to be home to get those things ready for them, and I get to go, you know, that is why, for me, that's my why, as in my family why. That's why I do this, is so that my girls and I can live comfortably. I can be at home for them. You know, I can do things for them. My why overall is to help people have what I have right now. I don't worry about finance at all. This month is the first month that I can actually put money aside in the savings and start paying off my credit card. So exciting, because the last 2 years we were really catching up and just wanting to do things that we never got to do in those 3 years, you know. And even before that, even though we made good money, we didn't go on vacations because it was keeping the household up and keep, you know. So we went on our first vacation this year to San Francisco. Plexus paid for it, all of it. So I'm just really excited. And I just pray that each of you, if you have a desire and a dream, I'm going to tell you right now, don't give up on Plexus. Do not give up. Just keep steady with your income producing activity. Talk to people, share with people, and it will come, and you will just be overwhelmed by the blessings of Plexus. Thank you for letting me share.
Oh, I was muted. Love it, Pat. That's amazing. You know, I think when you said, it really hit me home, like the little things that you can do for your daughters. And I didn't realize you had twins too, because I've got 4-year-old twins.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that we all take for granted just those little things. Like I have a team member, one that's on here. I mean, it was Christmas time, like not being able to give their kids the Christmas they wanted. And, you know, that just gives me chills to help somebody with that small little amount. And what made me fall in love with Plexus was the health benefits, because my family got those. I mean, we were just blown away. But then when I realized that you can help people health-wise, but also, like you said, I think more people go to bed worried about finances than their health. Their health comes second. They need to put a roof over their head, and they need to put food on the table. and provide for their family. So that's just amazing. And I know you're going to be Senior Ruby soon.
I am. And I did want to say something about a product that I really love because I had plantar fasciitis like 2 to 3 years prior to Plexus as well. And I could barely walk on my right foot. It hurt so bad. And I did everything the doctor said, all the exercises, all the, the steroids and all that. And I just could barely walk. And then I got sciatica on my other leg. And so there was days I shuffled to work. I felt like a 90-year-old. And so the first thing I took was Slim, and then I took the probiotic. And then I read and learned. And they used to be called Fast Relief, but it's our Ease products. And these two Ease products here absolutely saved my walking. Just saved me from being able to walk. The Ease pills right away helped with the pain. And then this little baby, I tell you what, I probably rubbed this on my foot and my sciatica down my leg probably 20 times a day just to get by until the pills really worked. So these products are amazing. I have a great plantar fasciitis testimony if anybody ever wants to use it. I probably need to update it and make it more compliant right now. So I'll do that in the next probably week. But absolutely amazing products, everybody. These are lifesavers. Oh, and I learned something about this, the Ease. For people that have high blood pressure, if they take the Ease, it helps that inflammation, and it's going to help with their blood. And I'll have to find the exact stuff, what the person said. They're a health nurse or something. But I'll get the information, Ashley, and I'll make sure that I give it to you. But I was amazed. I was like, wow, that's probably what helped me, too, with my high blood pressure. And I didn't even know it.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I'll find it and make sure you get it for your team.
Thank you. That was going to be my next question, your favorite product. So
yep,
I actually just slammed my finger at a door right before we came, and so I put the Ease cream on it. We seriously use it. I call it Mommy's Magic Cream because I use it almost daily. My kids are donking their head or, it's just something.
Headaches and migraines. My one daughter can't swallow pills. So when she gets migraines or headaches, she takes the cream.
Perfect. On the temples.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Sarah's going to go a little bit over that in a second. She's going to talk about the Ease because it's going to, what we're kind of doing every night is talk about the triplex because that is something we recommend to almost everybody to start with. And then we were doing a product spotlight and we're actually going to do Ease. So Sarah will tell you a little bit more about that. First, I'll tell you guys about the triplex. First, does anyone have questions for Pat? We can open up to questions at the end too. If you unmute the bottom left, you can. I'm glad you mentioned the plantar fasciitis. Sorry, I never say that right. But sorry, I'm getting a little background noise from someone. Figure out where.
Try for me.
Oh, let me find you, Kim. I'll mute you. Oh, you're muted. There we go. Just because it was ringing or something. But I know so many people that suffer from that, my brother included. So I have that testimony too, if anyone needs that.
I have a question.
Yep, go ahead, Chris.
How long did it take for you to feel the effects for the Ease?
I'll make sure. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure if I was on mute or not. It actually took about 3 weeks for me to.
Did you take the loaded dose?
Yes, I did. I took the loading dose. Absolutely. I started off with taking 3 in the morning, 2 at lunchtime, and 3 at night is what I did of the just the pills. I did do that, the loading dose, because I was desperate. It's so much pain. And like I said, this little baby, it didn't leave without me. I was like, it was on my hip, and I just constantly rubbed it on my foot, and it just helped me get through my days.
Oh, thank you.
All right, y'all.
Can I ask?
Go ahead.
What helped you with your migraines?
My migraines was the Slim and the probiotic. At the time, I did not take the bio cleanse. I did, and then I got puffy, and I was one of those people that went, oh, I'm gaining weight instead of losing. And then I researched that as well and found, I forgot who it was, said, you know what, you just need to stick with it for at least a month to 6 weeks. And then all of a sudden one day you're going to feel like really light. So I did, and that's what I do. And now I don't go without it either, but it was the Slim and the probiotic.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. All right, well, I'll go over the triplex really fast, and then at the end, too, if you guys think of a question. There's also a chat box at the bottom if anyone wants to ask there, too. So the triplex is what we usually tell people to start with, and I love this because I honestly feel like it is the top 3 reasons why we're all unhealthy and have people get health issues is our blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. And when you address those 3 things, amazing things can happen, just like headaches. For me, it was acne, warts. I'm not saying this treats or cures or prevents anything, but I'm saying when you get your body balanced, it's just insane what can happen. And I'm a nurse, so I didn't really believe it when I started because I was really into the Western medicine, thinking that you have an issue, you just pop some pills, do what your doctor says. I didn't really believe, my mom would take all the Dr. Oz stuff and she had a cabinet full and none of it was doing anything. So I am a true believer if you find the right stuff and you stay consistent, your body will heal inside out and you're going to feel awesome. So sorry it's dark in here. I'm sitting downstairs and the sun's going down. So let me turn the light on real fast so you can see. Okay. I'm in the basement trying to hide from the kids. Okay, so the triplex is the Plexus Slim, the ProBio 5, and the Bio Cleanse. So there's 3 of them, and they call it the triplex for that reason, because we got 3 things, and like the 3 things we're addressing, like I said. So the Plexus Slim comes in a little stick pack, and you mix it with water, and you drink it just once a day. It's not a meal replacement. There's no caffeine, no stimulants. It's a natural plant-based drink. It's really yummy in my opinion. It tastes like a cherry Tootsie Pop. And 3 years later, I still crave it like every day. And sometimes I have 2 if I'm in the afternoon wanting something. But what it does is balance your blood sugar throughout the day. Without having to give you the caffeine, you get energy because your blood sugar is balanced. So for example, and I've said this before, you wake up in the morning, you're starved, your blood sugar's low, you eat, and then your blood sugar spikes. And then you wait, you go to lunch, your blood sugar is low again, you eat, it spikes, and then you get that 2 p.m. crash where it dips again. And when you get those dips, you feel sluggish, you want to reach for the energy drinks, the caffeine. Maybe for me at work, it was the vending machine or snacking at home on chips. But when you take Plexus Slim, even though we're not diabetic, or most of us are not, you get that level blood sugar throughout the day and you just feel good. It's not like a crazy energy. It's not an insane feeling. It's just like a focused, good feeling. And I still feel that way. So this helped me with my cravings. It helped me sleep better because for one thing, it's helping regulate your hormones because insulin that regulates our blood sugar, it's the mother hormone in our body. So when you get your blood sugar and your insulin stabilized, a lot of other things start stabilizing, such as your cortisol. And so you may feel less stressed and then therefore sleep better. My time of the month was better. I just felt balanced. So that's the Plexus Slim. You drink 1. You can drink it all day if you wanted to, but it'd get pricey that way. So you just need 1. I do have some people that do drink 2. I don't need as much coffee and I don't drink Diet Coke anymore. So I love my Plexus Slim. And then these 2, the ProBio 5 and the Bio Cleanse, are going to address gut health. And gut health is so key, you guys. And if you're not on a probiotic, you'll see probiotics everywhere, but this is so different because it's actually getting rid of the bad stuff in your gut that's causing a lot of hidden issues in your body. So unless you eat a caveman perfect diet, never been on antibiotics, I believe everybody needs ProBio 5. And none of us are perfect. For some time in our life, I'm sure we've all been on antibiotic. And antibiotics kill the bad bacteria, which it's supposed to, but it also kills the good bacteria. And it kills all that stuff in your gut that's keeping you healthy, because your gut is 85% of your immunity. Not sure if y'all knew that. But so it's just creating all this dead matter in your colon. And Candida yeast, it's called Candida. It's a yeast that turns into a fungus in your body. It feeds on all that, and it starts overgrowing, and it starts growing in your colon, and it gets worse and worse. You start feeding, you eat carbs and sugar. It makes you crave carbs and sugar because that's what it feeds off of. And then it just starts overgrowing, and it makes little holes in your colon, very, very microscopic holes, and it starts leaking through into your body. Now, scientists believe we're all supposed to have a little bit of Candida. It's normal to have a little bit, because they believe its purpose is to break your body down when you die. So imagine that. We all have this overgrowth of Candida that's slowly eating our insides. It's basically decaying our insides, and it's going to come across in different ways. I know it sounds crazy, but some people might get headaches. Some people get extreme fatigue. Some get sugar cravings. For me, it was, like I said, the acne. I had warts. I was just really tired all the time. And for my husband, it was sinus infections. He had, I would say, undiagnosed IBS issues. He was having to take Tums, Pepto, Maalox, just constantly all day. And we have been relieved of those issues. So it's because we got our gut healthy and we worked on our gut. So this is going to kill the bad stuff and replace all the good bacteria. So you're going to get a normal flora in your gut, and it's going to start healing you inside. But so that's going to, I always call it's kind of like the trash collector. You want to get rid of it out of your gut. So you want to take the BioCleanse, and that's like the trash hauler. It's basically a magnesium supplement, and it's going to dissolve. I always say it's kind of like Alka-Seltzer, putting it in a glass, and it bubbles, fizzes, and it oxygenates your whole body, and it cleanses your colon and gets rid of all the bad stuff. So you don't want to just sit there. It's going to flush it out. It's gentle to take every day. So some people get scared of that, but these three together are called the triplex. And if you guys have questions, you can put it in the chat, and we'll do that in a second. But Sarah, are you ready? You want to talk about the E's quick? And then you can talk about the ways to order.
Yeah, so, Pat did a really good job, explaining it. So it has New Zealand green lipid muscle in it. This is what it looks like. She kind of already showed it, but.
Can you put your camera down a little?
Yeah, sorry.
I just see the top of your head. There you go.
Oh, God.
Now I see something else. Just kidding.
Okay.
There you go.
Game on. So I've replaced my Tylenol, Advil. So I take it basically for like headaches, aches and pains, but it's also really good for chronic pain. I've heard a lot of people with chronic back pain, neck pain that use it. I also had a rib bone that I pulled out of socket. And if it wasn't for this reducing the inflammation, I don't think I would have been able to deal with it. And then she talked about the cream a little bit. This is one of my favorites, like Ashley said. It's her mommy cream. I also love it for minor aches and pains. Just reminder, don't put it on an open sore because it has that menthol-y and it will burn. But I also love it for like mosquito bites, sunburns. It relieves the pain. So ways to buy. So our first way is retail. Retail is a one-time shipment. So you'll go in and order. It's the most expensive, but you'll go in and order, and you'll basically get your product. And if you want to order again the following month, you'll have to go in and order again. Our second way to buy is preferred. That's a monthly shipment. So every month your products will be shipped to you at the same time, and it will just be deducted out of your account. And after the third month, you automatically get 10% off from there on out. That's the way I started when I first started buying my product. And then there's wholesale, which is what we do. So that's the cheapest. And you can earn money if you want to. If you just want to get your products cheaper, you can. Retail and preferred have a 6-day money back guarantee. Wholesale does not have a 6-day money back guarantee. But I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
Nope, that's perfect.
Okay.
And this is purely informational. I hope you all I've learned something. We have a lot of new ambassadors on the call too, and I think that really confused me too at first. There's 3 different ways to get it, and we just kind of like to clear that up. So if you do order, make sure you get your ambassador's website before you do that, or their number. And I say, you know, I just always tell people, give it a try. You have a money back guarantee if you want to hold on to that. And if you're like me, I started preferred, and then I went wholesale, and I joined as an ambassador. And you pay the $35 like a Costco membership. And that's the only way I knew we could afford it too, because my husband was taking mine too. So I'm like, if you're going to take it, you know, I need to get this cheaper route. And then I found out, you know, by sharing it with my best friend and my mom and mother-in-law and that I could get mine essentially free. And that's the only reason I ever joined to start with. And now it's just become a big passion of mine, and a lot of us on the call to share it because we've seen what it can do for other people. So that's really it. And I'm going to hit stop record, and then we'll open up to questions if anyone does.